What up, Goyles and Boyles? This is Jason, and I have my most recent pickups, and I'm super pumped about this. This is my very first official AEW cards. I know that you might be seeing a few of them pop up on eBay. You might have seen them pop up on even YouTube. People talking about them, but I am super pumped to get them. And I'm going to talk a little bit about them. One is these I got off of Upper Deck. It was the first time I ever done anything like this. Now there's a lot of guys in the sports car community who have signed up for Tops Now or Tops whatever. And you can get in those different kind of programs and releases or whatever. And you pay X amount of dollars, and then you can get it shipped to you when they release these exclusive products. I've never done anything like that where it's like an on-demand buy at the website. I was always just a little intimidated by it, to be honest, and I always felt like I had heard some horror stories about it, about how it works and shipping and all that stuff. So I was a little bit nervous to do that, and quite honestly, the price points a lot of times are just not for me. But then I had heard AEW doesn't. They're the only. Baseball doesn't do it. Basketball, football, not to my knowledge, not that I ever watched. WWE doesn't do it. AEW is the only, sports, professional entertainment, whatever you want to call it, that has ever done promotion of a card or a card product on their television shows. That you see it on YouTube. They do it all the time. Inside the actual wrestling matches, they'll have like the what they call the lower third, and they have promotions of that. They have it on AEW Dark, AEW Dynamite, AEW Rampage, AEW Elevation, and they will promote these cards. So the first card they promoted was CM Punk. They promoted the CM Punk card from Upper Deck exclusively. It was only up for I think a week. I could be wrong about the dates, but it was only up there for a week or so. I don't know how many they made. I don't know if they made 100 of these. They made 100,000 of them. I'm sure there's somewhere you can look for that stuff. I never really paid attention. But as soon as they promoted this, I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to be an exclusive. It's only going to be made for a short time. And I'm a big AEW mark, and I wanted to, get as much AEW card product because there hasn't been any. And Upper Deck, to my knowledge, at first it was originally going to be released in November, then it was December, now I'm hearing it's January. And I'm not getting into that, but the fact of the matter is, I was wanting to start getting product. So they released this CM Punk card. This was 0. If you look on the back, it says 0 there on the back. So it's the first time that, to my knowledge, Upper Deck's ever made wrestling cards. So I was super pumped about that. Here it says CM Punk, 6'2", weighs 218, born October 26, 78. Whoa, we're both the same age. He's 43. I'll be 43 this month, from Chicago, Illinois. On August 20th, 2021, in front of a sold-out United Center in his hometown of Chicago, the hottest free agent in professional wrestling, CM Punk, announced he has joined Elite Wrestling, All Elite Wrestling. So it's his first edition preview, 2021 there on the back. So that was pretty awesome. And then next up, they about 2 weeks later, they released Adam Cole card right here. So here you have Adam Cole. This is a PP1. The other one was just 0. So this is PP1. Adam Cole, 6 foot, 200 pounds, born July 5th of 89, Panama City, Florida. A world-traveled professional that has held championships around the world. Adam Cole arrived in AEW at All Out on September 5th, 2021, and rejoined the Elite with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. So that's what it says there. Pretty exciting. Honestly, didn't know much about him. I honestly knew him as Britt Baker, who is the current women's wrestling champion's boyfriend on the other show. And I never seen him wrestle before. He was way after my time when I really was into wrestling. So when I had heard a lot of good things about him, and ever since he's been on AEW, I've enjoyed. He's been playing the heel character, but I've enjoyed him. Honestly, I've really enjoyed him quite a bit. So I enjoyed his run so far. A lot of people aren't enjoying any of these three guys' runs. A lot of people are poo-pooing on it. I don't, I've been really happy with the runs. The next one up is Brian Danielson, PP2. PP2 listed as 5'10", 210, May 22nd, 1981, from Aberdeen, Washington. In response to Kenny Omega's claim that no one is on his level, living legend Brian Danielson made his AEW debut and sent Omega running at All Out in Chicago on September 5th, 2021. So there you go. And I just got to watching last night the Hangman Adam Page 60 minute time limit draw with Brian Danielson. Again, I know in America we're not used to having draws, and I know it's unusual to see a 60-minute match at any capacity, but then 60-minute match draw. I know in Europe it's way more common. I think a lot of their sports will end in a draw, and they're okay with that. Americans like to have a finish, and we prefer in wrestling a clean finish, not some ridiculous finish. So I actually liked the match. I thought it was fantastic. It was a heck of a wrestling match. They both, wrestled a great match, and they both have been playing their characters really well. I've enjoyed them tremendously. I'm not a big Adam Page fan, honestly. I think he's fine. I hope I'm sure he is going to be a very limited world champ holder of the championship belt. But I'm sure he's going to have like more of a transition title hold, which in my opinion is going to be beneficial because they told a great story with Adam Hangman Page, but it's good to have him move on and do other things because I have a feeling that Brian Danielson's either going to win it here in the next couple months or maybe even MJF might end up winning it, but someone's going to win it here soon that's not, because Adam Page, God bless him, bless his little heart, he just is not very charismatic, and I honestly don't care that he's a champion. He just doesn't do anything for me. I prefer either a really hardcore babyface that's fantastic, has all those babyface qualities and is good on the mic, or a heel that's a complete douchebag that's as equally good, if not better, on the mic. And there's a lot of guys in the wings that would fill that void. I don't care if it's a CM Punk. I don't care if it's Brian Danielson, Miro, MJF. I don't care who it is. And I just don't want it to be Adam Page. So I'm hoping this reign. I thought it was a great match. I think he is he'll be good in that role, but it'll also be good to have him drop the belt here, I think, at Revolution, maybe in February or March, the next pay-per-view. I can see that happening. They'll have I'm sure, side matches between now and then for that belt title to kind of have him rack up a few wins, and then he'll drop the belt. And then the last thing was that apparently, if I'm not mistaken, this was a New York, maybe exclusive, possibly a New York, like the New York convention. I don't know if it's like a WrestleCon or something, or some sort of a New York promotion. But it is, though, like, I don't even know what the right terminology is for this. Trading card exclusive from Upper Deck All Elite with all 3, 6, 7, 8 wrestlers on here. It is in mint condition. It's all obviously still attached. Another exclusive from Upper Deck and AEW before the actual cards are released to the public. This was a promotional item that, it started showing up everywhere after the New York Comic Con or something. So I'm believing this was some sort of exclusive from them, for maybe Upper Deck there at that show. I have not seen them anywhere else. And almost everyone I've seen it from when I bought this one, it came out of New York. So I don't know if they've done more releases of this exact same thing at other promotional conventions or wrestling shows or whatnot. But that's where I saw it from. And I've seen this go for anywhere from, I'll get to that. I saw this go for anywhere from between $10 to $15. And I've seen some of them go for $20, $30, $40, and maybe even more now. I don't believe this was a very high run. Again, it's promotional as a promo item. So I'm assuming they didn't make tens of thousands of these. Maybe they did. But I don't see a whole lot of them online anymore. I think a lot of people bought them up. And I could be wrong because I'm done looking for it. But when I was looking for it, there was only a handful every day that I was looking. and a lot of them were buy it now, so they were disappearing. A lot of them had not been up on like a 7-day auction. So when I was able to buy this, and I got this for $15, and shipping was $3. So I got this whole thing for $18, I believe, which to me was well worth it. So, you know, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 12, 14, 16. So about $2 a card roughly when it's all said and done. So, you know, $2 and change, I guess, and whatnot. But I feel like it's good. So just to quickly go over it, we have Cody Rhodes, who I'm not a big fan of, and he's been getting booed a ton recently. They got Miro, who's one of my favorite AEW wrestlers. Love Miro. Love his character. We got Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. She's probably one of my favorite wrestlers right now at AEW, woman or man. Definitely she is one of the, I mean, she's by far the best woman on a mic. And I would say she's in the top 4 or 5 at AEW on a microphone above quite a few other people who's pretty good on the mic. Then we got Kenny Omega, who just lost a championship to Hangman, who's been written off TV for the next couple, I would assume, months because he's had a lot of health issues with his back and I believe neck. So he's getting some surgeries. We got Chris Jericho, Le Champion. We got Jon Moxley right here. I mean, Chris Jericho doesn't really need any introduction. Jon Moxley, he was the, I believe, second champion after Chris Jericho. He was a champion and had it stolen away from him by Kenny Omega. I believe he also is the longest holding day title of the heavyweight belt. I think he held it for the most days in AEW history so far. So he's the longest reigning champion. In his real life, he had some, I guess, alcohol, substance abuse issues that he's been taking time off of TV and wrestling to address those issues. I'm hearing, little birdie's been telling me, or us, that he probably be coming back here soon. He's starting to come out and do some public things, like somebody ran into him at a Walmart or a Target in Cincinnati where he lives now, and Home Depot, maybe that's what it was, Home Depot, and so he's out and about. He had went to some kind of center or some sort of maybe like some kind of substance abuse center, I guess, to help him out. Then we got Sting right here, the icon Sting. I mean, no introduction needs to be done. WCW to AEW, or to WWE to AEW. I mean, I think he was with AWA also for early on or whatnot. But you have Sting, who's actually getting ready to have a match. Can you just hear these words? There's going to be a match with MJF and FTR, who's probably arguably two of the best, or the best tag team in the world right now, and maybe one of the best ever. And they're going to have a tag team match with MJF as one side against CM Punk, Sting, and Darby Allin. I mean, could you imagine if I would have told you this at the beginning of the year, you'd be like, what are you talking about? That's ludicrous. That's never going to happen. And here we're getting ready to have it, I think, next week. And then lastly, the former World's Women's Champion, Hikaru Shida, who is starting to make a little bit of a run again. She just had a match with Serena Deeb and beat her, so I think they're 2 for 3 now. That was the third match. They have some great matches. A lot of people were kind of poo-pooing on this most recent match, but I mean, you have 3 great matches. Of course, not all of them going to live up to the hype of maybe one that stands out, but it was another great match they wrestled. I'm a big fan of Hikaru Shida. I feel like she again kind of was at the top, and they kind of knocked her down to kind of let Britt Baker and a couple of the other ladies have some big runs at the title and some storylines, which is fine. But I think Sheeta's one of the few really good wrestlers there, in my opinion. And I'm looking forward to seeing her kind of back in the belt contention for the belt here. And each one of them, if you look on the back, has some information. As you can see, each one of these cards has not each one, but they all have some differences that kind of show you. Most of the cards all have the same look at the top. But if you look at the bottom here, you have one that says main features, which is a completely different look than the other cards that have like that blue line that goes through it. And then here you have UD Campus, so I'm Upper Deck Canvas, which is a different kind of card for the Sting card here. And I think the rest of them are pretty straightforward. So there you go. I just realized here, I don't know if there's anybody, oh no, never mind, that's not true. I just made that up. So it says PV1, so I would assume this means purview, or preview, You know, my words aren't as good as they used to be. So preview 1 through 8 cards here. And so I'm assuming that's what that means. PV 1 through 8. So there you go. So that is that, guys. And so here also, each one of these cards, you had to buy them. They were the digital cards with Upper Deck. And so I initially wasn't going to do a digital card because I have zero interest in digital cards. But I found out that they do have an option that they would release them in card form, you know, sports, you know, wrestling card form, not digital, physical card form, within a couple months after they released the cards. And I kept waiting and waiting, and sure enough, they kept the word. I was starting to think it ain't going to happen because of all the distribution issues and just delays and everything else, and you know, canisters and whatever else is out in the middle of the ocean just sitting around not able to be brought in. So I was just like kind of giving up, quite frankly. So each one of these cards were, I believe, like $5.99 a piece, and then it was like $3 to ship all the cards together. So I paid, you know, $5, like $6 times 3 plus $3. So I got all the cards for, you know, what, $20 roughly. It might be a little bit more than that. So, but anyways, it was definitely worth the money in my opinion. So, and I got this right here. So I'm really pumped, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the video. I know I kind of was talking a lot more about maybe just the wrestlers in general than just about the cards, but I'm pretty excited about owning these cards. Let me know, do you all have these cards? Do you have these promotional items? Do you have them in your collection? Are you looking forward to the AEW product being released by Upper Deck, hopefully in January? What are your thoughts on it? Are you going to be, if you got this, are you going to keep it still together? Or are you going to go ahead and separate them out and then put them in top loaders and maybe even send them into PSA to get graded? What's your thoughts on that? If you have any thoughts, what are some of your favorite AEW wrestlers? And what are your thoughts about, I'm going to do a video about this maybe next week. What are your thoughts about 2022 AEW? So keep that in the back of your mind. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to ask for video responses from people if they're willing to do a video response about their projections for 2022, things they want to see and things they don't want to see next year with the promotion of AEW with that. So I'm looking forward to the comments and the suggestions and the ideas below. Until next time, guys, I appreciate you all watching, and peace.